I let them lock me out of my own living room. I stayed silent. The next morning, a knock at the door changed everything. The silence after the television died was absolute. I was settled into my reading chair, the one I'd bought with the insurance money after Arthur passed. The scent of cinnamon from the kitchen, the quiet hum of the evening news, it was my sacred hour. Then, the front door thudded open. I didn't need to look. My son-in-law Mark filled the doorway, my daughter Emily trailing behind him, eyes on the floor. He marched straight to the television and killed the picture. "Go to your room, Nan. The living room is mine now." The words hung in the air, cold and final. My gaze found Emily's. I waited for a protest, a flicker of loyalty. She just began unpacking groceries, her silence louder than any shout. That was the moment. Something inside me solidified, like frost on a window pane. It wasn't heartbreak, it was clarity. I stood up, my joints protesting. Mark was already on my sofa, commandeering the remote. In his world, I was part of the scenery. I walked past him, not to my bedroom to cry, but to my study. I opened the old filing cabinet. My fingers found the leather portfolio. Inside, the deed. The name on it was mine, Evelyn Reed. The paper was cool, its authority immense. I looked in the mirror, a grandmother in a cardigan, perfect camouflage. I had fed the wolf at my table for years, and it had forgotten who owned the house. Time for a reminder. I walked back through the living room, my heels clicking. "Going for a walk, Evelyn." Mark sneered without looking up. "Don't wander off." I opened the front door, took one last look at my home, the landscape painting, the clean rug, my daughter's shadow end stepped out. I closed the door with a firm, quiet click, a full stop. The night air was bracing. I hailed a cab. "The Plaza Hotel, please." In the back seat, I pulled out my phone. My hand was steady. I dialed a number I knew by heart. "Charles, it's Evelyn. I need your help. First thing tomorrow." "Charles Wheeler, attorney. We've dealt with property titles for decades." "What's happened?" His voice was alert. "My son-in-law told me to get out of my own living room." My daughter said nothing. "I've left. I want them out." A pause. "You own the house. They have no lease." "Exactly. I want a notice to quit. Personal service, tomorrow. I'll send my associate, Robert. He's discreet and thorough." 30 days is fine," I said, "but make the consequences clear." The hotel lobby was a sanctuary of quiet efficiency. In my room, I ordered room service, turned the television to my channel, and set the volume where I liked it. I slept deeply for the first time in years. At Charles's office by 8, I signed the papers. Each stroke of the pen was a reclaiming. Robert, sharp in a suit, took the folder. "They'll be served within the hour," Charles said. I waited in the reception area. The coffee was bitter and perfect. My phone, face up on my knee, lit up at 9:42. "Emily." I let it ring 3 times. "Mom, there's a man here with papers." "Mark is furious." "What is this? Where are you?" Her voice was a ragged shriek. "The man is from the law office." "Emily," I said, my tone level, "take the notice. Read it to your husband. The old woman is unavailable for discussions today. It says, eviction. Have you lost your mind?" For the first time in a long time, I am completely in my right mind. Read it. I ended the call. The silence that followed was exquisite. Charles peered out of his office. "Daughter," I nodded. "The process has begun." I settled back. For 4 years, I had made myself small. I ate the crusts so they could have the soft center. I used headphones to watch my shows. I paid every bill without a word. That era was over. You cannot shrink yourself to fit spaces others have stolen. My phone buzzed again. Texts from Mark. "Come home. We'll talk." I swiped them away like dust. "Charles," I said, "I need to suspend the utilities in my name, the internet, the cable, the grocery card on my account." He raised an eyebrow. "That will get their attention." "Yesterday was the insult," I replied. "Today is the invoice." I left the office and walked 2 blocks to the department store. I needed a uniform, not a grandmother's smock, but the armor of a woman taking back what's hers. A consultant brought me a navy blazer, tailored trousers, a crisp white shell. In the fitting room, I stood taller. I donated my old clothes on the spot. Sitting on a bench, I made the calls. Internet, suspended. Supplementary credit card, frozen. Each confirmation was a bolt sliding home on a door. Shortly after, my phone buzzed with a bank alert. Transaction declined. $92, Gourmet Market. A smile touched my lips. Another alert, from Mark. The card's broken. Call the bank. I typed a reply. It's not broken. It's closed. The free ride ended with your command. I put the phone away and enjoyed a long, slow lunch, tasting every bite. That evening, the hotel concierge called. Your daughter is in the lobby. She's insisting on seeing you. I smoothed my blazer. I'll be right down. Emily was pacing, her clothes disheveled. Mom, this is insane. The internet's dead. The card failed at the store. He's raging. Come home, sit, I instructed. We sat in the quiet lounge. I am not coming home, I said. You have 30 days to leave. The utilities will not be restored. This isn't a punishment, it's a boundary. You're humiliating us, she whispered fiercely. Humiliation, I said softly, is being exiled from your own hearth. Today, I am merely presenting the bill. But his work, his calls, let him work from a library, I said. The Wi-Fi was a gift. Gifts can be revoked. Her defenses crumbled. We were saving for a place. Where are the savings, Emily? I asked. Her eyes darted away. He said, it's invested. Tied up. I said nothing. The truth hung between us, ugly and clear. If we go, he'll leave me, she breathed, a tear escaping. He says, without your house, he's out. I leaned forward. If a man only stays for your mother's real estate, sweetheart, you're not losing a husband, you're losing a leech. She recoiled. You're cruel. I am clear. I corrected. You're 40. It's time to choose your own life. She left, a storm of conflicted emotion. I watched her go, then took the stairs, needing to feel my own strength. The meeting was set for 10 a.m. The conference room was cool. I sat at the head of the table, my deed, the notice, my driver's license, my arsenal of paper. Mark entered like a cornered bull, Emily a ghost behind him. This is a farce, he spat. We have rights. You have the right to vacate the premises in 30 days, I said calmly. The house is in my name. You are guests whose welcome has expired. He blustered about adverse possession. I almost smiled. I worked in the county assessor's office for 30 years. Mark, you fail on every count. Charles smoothly detailed the legal consequences of overstaying. Then I slid a folder toward Emily. Show her, I said to Charles. Inside were bank statements, loan defaults, brokerage notices, showing massive losses, his investments. Emily, she read, her face draining of color. The savings were a fantasy. The money was gone. Mark lunged verbally, threatening to sue for emotional distress. The internet is not a necessity, Charles stated dryly. You are free to purchase your own. I stood. 30 days. You will leave my home. If I hear shouting, I will call the police for a peace disturbance. I doubt your employer would appreciate that, on top of the formal reprimand you received this morning. He froze. He hadn't known I knew about that. I turned to my daughter. This is your crossroads. You can cling to a sinking ship, or you can swim for shore. I am your mother, not your life raft. I gathered my papers and left the room. In the calm of the hallway, my phone rang. Emily, Mom, I didn't get in the car with him. I'm walking. Good, I said, warmth seeping into my voice. Keep walking. Breathe. It hurts, she whispered. Seeing clearly often does, I replied. I'll see you tomorrow. I went to a riverside restaurant and celebrated quietly with a glass of wine. The financial severance was complete. Accounts secured, beneficiaries updated. I was free. 30 days later, I did not go home. I went to a spa. Robert handled the key exchange. At noon, he texted, they're gone. Inventory complete. I bought cleaning supplies and a gallon of peach-colored paint. When I unlocked my front door, the air was stale but mine. I opened every window. I cleaned with a vengeance, scrubbing away the memory of disrespect. I rehung my painting where I wanted it. The painter came the next day. The peach walls glowed with warmth. Emily visited, knocking first. It's so peaceful, she said, her eyes taking in the change. She'd rented a studio, filed for divorce, taken full control of her finances. Can I come over sometimes, just for tea? My door is always open to guests, I said. It is now permanently closed to tenants. She hugged me, a real hug. For the first time in years, word spread among my friends. Soon, Betty from my book club was at my door, tears in her eyes. My son wants me to sign the house over. An investment, he says. I'm scared to say no. I put the kettle on. Sit down, Betty. Let's talk about wills, not gifts. Let's talk about saying no, so your yes still means something. A timely no is the kindest gift you can give your future self. We met weekly. Betty, Zoe, others. We discussed separate accounts, passwords, life estates. We practiced the phrases. I've decided against that. I need time to think. We became a quiet league of women taking back their narratives. One evening, I sat in my reading chair. The remote was in my hand. I turned on some music. I turned the volume up one confident notch, just for me. The house breathed around me, clean, quiet, and wholly mine. The silence wasn't empty. It was full of my own chosen peace. I'm so glad you joined me for this story. If it resonated with you, please let Winds of Thought know by liking this video. Your support helps us share more powerful journeys like this one.